Okay. First, our first argument is that evidence says that nuclear power is safe based on several flawed assumptions referred to our argument. The chain of error consecutive accidents typically used for such risk assessments cannot account for the indirect, nonlinear, and feedback relationship that characterize many accidents. These risk assessments do a poor job of modeling human action. There is one weakness of the probabilistic risk assessment method that has been emphatically demonstrated at Fukushima. It is the difficulty of modeling common cause or common mode failures. These failures included the loss of off-site electrical power to the reactor complex, the loss of oil tanks and replacement fuel for diesel generators, the flooding of the electrical switchyard, and perhaps damage to the inlets that brought in cooling water from the ocean. Okay. Second is that nuclear power, siting a nuclear power plant is an incredibly important decision that should be free from politics. However, this rarely happens in China. Attempts at building a plant in the Hunan province proved local Chinese politics play too large a role in the decision. Local interests do not trump safety considerations in selection steps. A complicating factor is the time lag in any project. In China, basic supporting facilities have to be on the site before feasibility studies can start, but these sites tend to be in areas with low population density where infrastructure has developed. This is the catch. Infrastructure must be built in anticipation of approval of a nuclear site. For example, Taiwan and Hunan province made a huge investment in roads, telecommunication, and water and power grids from 2006 to 2011, ahead of a potential nuclear power station. Infrastructure construction took place as scientists were still debating whether China was ready to build nuclear plants in inland provinces, and if so, what type of technology should be adapted. Once the investment was made, the local government used it as a bargaining chip with the central authority for a final decision on the project. So far, the project has not been approved to start construction. The third one is politics is the determining factor in the Chinese decisions over which type of reactors to select instead of design and safety features. One component for nuclear development is to guarantee that technologies incorporated in design and construction of a nuclear installation are proven by experience or qualified by testing analysis, according to the Convention on Nuclear Safety. The designs of these reactors have improved since the 3 Mine accidents in 1939, moving from what's known from Generation 1, Generation 2 to 3, test safety features in Generation 3, represented by the Westinghouse 1000 and Reba EPR 1000 plus designs. The industry and nuclear and safety authorities around the world have been trying to build safety systems and multiple barriers to protect against release of radiation in the environment. In China, the safety of reactor designs has little to do with this design. It has everything to do with how a particular design is selected and adapted. Now, in response to theirs, in my opponent's arguments. Now, they mentioned that coal miners have died mostly because of mine collapse. However, we say that, because we mentioned about they died mostly because of mine collapse, and so they should stop coal, and should use nuclear. But we're here talking about nuclear, not using nuclear, and we recommend that. Lots of people also die from cancer from the radiation that nuclear reactors give out to.
Time. Crossfire. William, first question. Go.
Chinese is the largest carbon emitter in the world. Without nuclear power plant, how can Chinese reduce their waste but also maintain their economy?
Why
don't response?
Okay. They should take out wind, they can take out hydro, they can take out geothermals, they can take out water. They could, although I know one is not enough, they can combine all of them and they will take over nuclear.
Yeah, but according to these, it says that wind and those hatred is not effective. And
well, that's when wind or water or geothermal.
You know
what if I put them all together? They'll be effective.
Yeah, and then, you know what? According to hatred causes lots of problems like religions or waste getting
Is that only
hydro
hydro?
water.
If it's only hydro, I can use the other 3 or so.
But that costs more.
No, it doesn't.
Why?
They put together, at least it gets enough energy, and China's economy is growing, so it's not going to have this problem.
But it can't help
Now,
with
my
climate.
question. Well, I mentioned before that, you said that China, the government needs to use nuclear power if it wants to hit its economic target. Now, I'm going to turn around and ask you, what if after they get the nuclear power, they start making they move some of these nuclear reactors into the military, and they start making warheads?
So your question is why?
Like, what happens? Like,
What happens for what?
if they're like, okay, let me ask you a question again. Like, if they start building these nuclear reactors, they move some into the military, and they start making warheads. Like, how are you going to solve this problem?
But why would China do those kind of things? That because they are building. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter with like building the nuclear power plants. If they want to build weapons or to do some, they can just use some uranium. To mine some uranium. Why would they want to?
They could change LDUs, low interest uranium.
Yeah, so
into high interest.
why would they want to?
Now they're having these problems over these Senkaku Islands, and well, I can see why they're eager. And some people are eager to build these reactors so that they can make warheads and use them to go against these other countries so that they can get the islands.
Yeah, but they can just use uranium. They don't need to build a whole thing that costs a lot of money and then just say I want to use uranium and it's just for this excuse. Okay, for 170,000 people died each year in China because of air pollution caused by mining coal the most. How's the response to it?
Well, from our angle,
Hi.
air pollution is not